So I've been playing video games for pretty much all my 23 years of life. And during that time, I have played so many games, like so many. So I think I'm pretty qualified to put my input on where I think a lot of these games rank. Most of these games I have streamed on the channel, but there are also a lot that I threw in here that I just used to play back in the day that I don't plan on streaming. I just really wanted to talk about them as well. With that being said, we might as well start off with the game that I'm currently playing now, GTA San Andreas, which is an easy S tier game. I have beat it like 3 times. I love the characters, the story, and it's legit my favorite GTA out of all the Grand Theft Autos out there. Easiest decision of my life putting this game in S tier. I also love quoting this game on the daily, like everybody knows the two number nines, and there's also just a lot more. Great game, great game. Next, I want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, this game has a great story and great characters. It's also just so much fun to hunt in this game. I think the majority of my time in Red Dead Redemption 2 was spent hunting. The only reason why I'm not putting this game in S tier and I'm keeping it in A tier is because of the online aspect. Rockstar completely screwed up online with this game. They legit just neglected it and made every occupation that you want to play be purchasable with real money. Like you legit have to pay real money to like go bounty hunt some people, which is just ridiculous. So just because the online of Red Dead Redemption 2 is really bad, it stays in A tier because that story is just too good, it carries it. It's sad that the online drops it like that though. Flappy Bird is D tier. It was decent, but I didn't think it was really all that fun. I don't know why it was such a hot topic for a while. Some people did make bank from this game though after selling their phone that had the game on it after it got removed, so that's pretty cool. Brawlhalla is a game that has carried my channel to where it is today, and it's a lot of fun to watch and commentate over people fighting. The characters that you play as are great and unique, and Zol's the best character by the way. I'll fight you on that one. It's definitely a game that's worthy enough for S tier or A tier, but for me personally, I gotta put it in B tier just because I don't think it's on the same lines as San Andreas or Red Dead 2. It's a lot of fun, I love it, but it just wouldn't feel right putting it besides the big dogs San Andreas and Red Dead 2. It just wouldn't feel right. B tier for Brawlhalla just feels perfect. Thief Simulator was a lot of fun for a little while, but it got stale for me and it's become pretty hard for me to want to actually play it. I like the concept and the grinding of it, but I really don't want to go back to it all that much. It's a C tier. It's better than Flappy Bird, but it's easy C tier for me. Bully for me is a high B tier game. Like it's fun, but I just had so much problems when trying to play it with it crashing on me over and over and over again. It just really left a bad taste in my mouth. I gotta give it a B tier. Also, that final mission in Bully is a bit of a joke. Way too easy. I'd give Clash of Clans a C tier. It's fun to play and build a base, but with it taking literal days for anything to be made, sucks. That really sucks waiting days for progress, but it's still kind of fun. C tier for Clash of Clans. Fits. Minecraft for me is B tier just because it's really fun for that 2 week phase, but after that, it starts to die out and you run out of things to do. Back in the day for me, it was a easy S tier, but now it sits comfortably at a B tier. Fall Guys is a lot of fun, and we all know I like falling my way to Victory City, so easy B tier for me. Not much to say about this game besides it's an easy time waster that feels good to catch wins on. So, love playing it. This and Stumble Guys, I think both would probably be B. Stumble Guys might be a C, but I don't know. Fall Guys, easy B. Fortnite for me is C tier because I really like playing the custom games with friends. That was a lot of fun. But the actual Fortnite itself is just like, meh. I like Apex and Warzone better, so C tier fits. PUBG is the first F tier. It inspired all the Battle Royale games, but it was just a broken mess. I did catch a winner winner chicken dinner on it once though, so that's cool, but that doesn't raise its rating. Still F tier. Duck Life is C tier. I used to play it all the time as a kid. That and the freaking Papa Pizzerias games, dude. The Papa's Burgers, Pizzas, Milkshakes. Those two games were amazing. Both of those get a C tier, easy. Straight classics. Five Nights at Freddy's for me is actually a D tier, honestly. I never really caught into the hype of all of it, and was never really scared of anything. I kind of feel like most of the reactions to this game were fake or exaggerated because legit, I wasn't really scared that much at all. Sometimes I guess the jump scares do get you, but I mean, nothing crazy. So I mean, D tier works for me. A game that is easy S tier, no question, is Club Penguin. Dude, I spent so many hours as a kid playing this game. Grinding those belts in the dojo, playing all the mini games, creating your igloo and throwing the craziest igloo parties there were, bro. This is a great S tier game. I'm so glad it's like been remade because man, 10 out of 10. I'll fight anybody on this game as well. Easy S tier. Legit one of the goats of all gaming right here. Club Penguin, man. Let's follow up one of the greatest games with one of the worst, Clash Royale. Clash Royale goes straight into the F category. It used to be kind of fun, but the developers really broke it and made it really pay to win. So it's pretty bad now, and it just sits at a sad, sad state. And F seems right. Another game that I was never really high on is Angry Birds. This game blew up and was everywhere. It even got its own freaking movie. That was alright, but forgettable. Easy D tier. I don't really like these types of games. They're okay, but easy D tier. Better than Clash Royale and PUBG, I guess. The Balloon Tower Defense games, though, on the other hand, are right up my alley. I think Balloon Tower Defense games are a lot of fun, and it just is an easy B tier. Probably on the lower end of B tier, but I would rather play Balloon Tower Defense 6 than probably all of these games, so that's easy for me. Uno is D tier. It's better in person, obviously. Kind of sucks online, but easy D tier because, it's still Uno. It's fun with friends. I'm giving Limbo a B tier because I think it's actually really creative and very satisfying when you figure out the puzzles. It's a great game that I need to really stream, dude. I played this off stream. It's a great game. That's going right into B tier. Trivia Crack is an F tier. You just answered questions. I guess it was kind of fun, but nah, that's not really a game for me. That's trivia. Raft is a fun game that I'm comfortable with putting in B tier. They actually added like a whole story, so that's cool. And I like the grind of building up the raft and just being able to make it insane. There are some videos out there of people making crazy rafts, so that's really cool. I need to stream it again, but for right now, it's a B. Who knows if it could go up in the future. Fallout 4 for me is a low B tier. Like, I never really finished the campaign because I got pretty bored. I was doing a bunch of the side quests and just messing around. But yeah, I got pretty bored of this game. I'd kind of give it a low B tier, honestly. I think it's better than all these C, D, F games, but not one that I want to go back to all that much. Or at least not anytime soon. Run is a D tier game. It's a pretty good time waster back when I was in school, but it's nothing special. Good time though, better than Trivia Crack. GTA 5 for me is an A tier. I still play this game and have a great time every time. The grind in online's a really crazy business, but I mean, it's still a lot of fun when you get some friends to just do the heist with. And the story's still pretty fun as well, holds up well. I'm so excited for GTA 6. Roblox for me is C tier. There are a lot of good games on it, and I used to play it a lot back in the day. But if I went back to it now, I don't think I'd get the same enjoyment out of it like I used to. So I think easy C tier fits. Apex Legends for me is an A tier. I have spent many moons playing this game. And it's actually my favorite of the Battle Royale genre, so this is amazing. Easy A tier for me. Great game that I haven't really played in a while. I heard they actually kind of messed things up. Hopefully that's not the case, but one of these days I'll reinstall that game and go back into it, for sure. A game that did get messed up for sure, though, is Back 4 Blood, man. This game is such a huge disappointment. It had from the creators of Left 4 Dead plastered all over it, and when in reality, only like a handful of people who worked on Left 4 Dead actually worked on Back 4 Blood. Kinda sad. They're besmirching the Left 4 Dead name with Back 4 Blood. Such a disappointing game. I already said that, but it's just so bad. You can't even play offline. Huge flop. Easy F tier. On the other hand, 60 Seconds is a great game that I just love. That's an easy A tier game for me. I love all the different outcomes. I love the writing, the atmosphere, the characters are great and memorable. It's just a great feeling to play this game. A lot of fun. Easy A tier. Dragon City's a D tier. I used to play it, and I see a lot of ads for it nowadays, which is kind of wild. But it's basically Clash of Clans with dragons been dumped down, so easy D tier. It was fun back in the day, I guess. Dying Light is fun, but I didn't think it was like amazing or anything. I think B tier for it does it justice. Because I really like the movement in that game. Parkouring and killing zombies is a lot of fun, but I don't remember the story at all. Easy B tier. For Borderlands 3, I gotta go with C tier, honestly, because I really liked Borderlands 1 and 2 just way more. 3 was disappointing, and I don't even remember the characters for this game either. It's pretty sad, Borderlands 3, I'll tell you what. Goat Simulator for me is a D tier. It was pretty fun for a little bit, but it got old pretty fast. The only reason why it's in D tier 2 is because some of the mods really brought life to it. and it was fun to watch some people play those mods. So yeah, D tier fits. Hill Climb Racing is a game that I've downloaded first on every single phone that I got. It's helped me through school and just life in general. Great freaking game. Easy B tier. Golf with your friends is only fun to play with friends that I could barely even get to play with. So C tier. It's fun with friends, but nothing else. Which I mean obviously makes sense, but C tier feels right. Okay, so listen to me. Listen to me on this one. This offline game though, when your Wi-Fi goes out and all hope is lost, you open up Chrome and there this beauty is sitting there ready to provide you entertainment through your worst times with no Wi-Fi. This guy is here for you. This little dinosaur jumping through cactuses in the desert and stuff. Bro, S tier game. S tier game. Easy. This has saved many, many people's lives. It has provided the best entertainment in the worst times. S tier. Whoever thought of this offline game, I love you, man. S tier. This game is just very respectable and deserves the S tier. I think Stardew Valley is also an S tier game. It's so easy to get lost for hours in this game, just constantly doing something. It's also endless. There are many farms to play on. You could play it on multiplayer, and the characters are great. It's just a lot of fun. Easy S tier for me. I was addicted to this game for a while. Overcooked 2 is pretty fun with the boys, but some of the foods that you make on that game aren't even fun to put together. They're just straight stressful. So even though it's a lot of fun, it could be a lot of stress. C tier for me. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is a high B tier for me solely because of Zombie Chronicles. That Zombies DLC carries Black Ops 3 so hard. If it didn't have that, it would be so bad. The campaign, horrible. Multiplayer, I've never really played. Not all that big of a fan of it. But that Zombies, being able to level up in Zombies and just prestige and go back and play all the old maps and new graphics, it's so good it carries it all the way to a B. If it didn't have Zombies Chronicles, it'd probably be a D or C tier, honestly. Maybe even F. Alright, so I am the champ at Google Snake, but I gotta be fair here and give it the C tier it deserves. I ain't going lower on it though, because it's a 10 out of 10 game. I just feel wrong putting it higher than C tier. I'd rather play Google Snake than all these other games though, especially Back for Blood. Screw Back for Blood. Give me Google Snake instead. Slither.io, Paper.io, Deep.io, Agario, all these .io games, easy D tier for me because they're a lot of fun, a lot of time wasters, but they're all kind of the same and you don't really do much else. They're all basically one trick ponies. D tier's easy for these types of games. Deep.io was the best though. Upgrading your little like ship was cool. I didn't realize I had so many of those .io games on the list though. 4 of them is kind of wild. They're all D tier. All of them. Guitar Hero is fun, but it's a C tier for me. I like playing the drums on Rock Band better than the guitar, so yeah, C tier. Right above Google Snake, probably. South Park Fractured But Whole right now for me is a C tier. I wasn't a huge fan of the fighting in this game, but it was still pretty funny from what I've seen. I'm gonna stream it again eventually, and maybe the rating will go up after I stream it. We'll see, but right now it's a comfortable C tier. Happy Wheels was the king of YouTube back in the day. It is actually kind of a lot of fun, but right now I think it's just a D tier. I don't think I could justify putting it any higher than that. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are easy S tier games. I don't know how many hours I have spent killing those darn zombies, and I've had fun every single minute. Literally everything about these two games are amazing. The maps, the zombie types, the characters, the weapons, the mods, and just everything. They're easy S tier games. Left 4 Dead 1 is also the game that really got me addicted to gaming. That was the first game I would grind for hours. Plus, they both constantly go on sale for 99 cents. You can't beat that. That's a fat W. Fruit Ninja is a D tier for me. I used to play a lot back in the day, but it's nothing crazy. We all know it fits there. It's probably higher up on the D tier though, probably like way up here above Flappy Bird. I'd rather play that over probably all these. Content Warning is an A tier. I just recently found out about this game and it's been so much fun to play. I really wish I found out earlier about this game, but nah, I actually really enjoy this game, and the fact that you're able to record stuff with a camera in that game and it turns into real videos on your desktop that you could watch, so amazing. Sunset Overdrive is a fun game that has you parkouring and killing zombies, kind of like Dying Light, but not as realistic. It's kind of like a cartoon-ish, but it's still a lot of fun and ranks high B for me. I'll get this all sorted out at the end, but easy high B tier. I will be streaming Sunset Overdrive in the future. It's that good of a game. It's worth a stream. Another game that I need to stream soon is the first Red Dead Redemption. That's an easy S tier game for me all day, every day. I love everything about this game. Plus the Undead Nightmare DLC, bro. That's also an S tier, but them together, which I'm counting them two together right here, S tier all day, every day. Also, the online aspect for Red Dead Redemption 1 wasn't ruined like it was for Red Dead 2, so that's awesome. I seriously can't wait to play Red Dead Redemption 1 again. It's just such an amazing game. Thinking about the old Red Dead Redemption 1 online days really makes me hate Red Dead Redemption 2 online that much more. It's so sad. Bring back the old Red Dead Online, for real, man. Among Us is a good game, but it's just not the same as it used to be. They made it more complicated with all the stuff they've added, and it's just not the same. I would love to get a private lobby and play with everybody, but I can't get enough people to join those lobbies, so. And random lobbies aren't the same as those private lobbies with their friends, so I mean, it's just D tier, easy. Resident Evil Biohazard gets a high B tier for me. I had a lot of fun playing it. I love the cutscenes, and I felt smart when I actually figured out the puzzles. It's a high B tier, good game, good game. I can't wait to finish 8 as well. Which so far, I'd probably put Resident Evil 8 right alongside Biohazard here. Both of them pretty high B tier. Call of Duty World at War is an easy A tier, one of the best campaigns of all time, and this is where zombies originally began. It's really a high A tier for me. That's such a great game that I can't wait to go through and play again. It has a multiplayer campaign, so you could experience that amazing campaign with friends. Dude, it's such a great game that holds up well to this day. Crossy Road is fun, easy D tier though, not much to say about it. You just cross the road as an animal. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for me is a C tier. Like, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! And the cards look really cool. Like, legit, there are a lot of really cool players. But it's very rough for beginners and requires so much reading to actually, like, know what you're doing. And not much people are trying to read that much while playing a game. You also just have to do stuff in the exact order for it to be working out for, like, in your favor. Very stressful. The one thing that Yu-Gi-Oh does have going for it though is the community is great. They will help beginners out and not even get mad. They will like really hold your hand throughout the whole thing if you need it. Like big shouts out the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Big shouts out my coaches, Blood, Ash, Nova. Appreciate y'all. W Yu-Gi-Oh community for sure though, for real. Still a C tier game for me though. Payday 2 for me is D tier. The heists went on for way too long and were just boring. I liked that eventually you got enough money to like change your masks and like play with new characters and stuff. But legit, the heists were just so boring. If I wanted to be that bored, I'd just go work my 9 to 5 job. I'd actually probably have more fun working a 9 to 5 than those heists. Easy D tier. The only reason why it's not F tier is because I like the characters and masks. Super Mario Party is an easy A tier. I love playing this game with friends, and I even used to play it with the bots. It's that good. The minigames are great. The Walking Dead Season 1 is an A tier game because the story is amazing, and the only thing keeping it out of S tier is a lot of the decisions don't really change much, and a lot don't really seem to matter. Because everybody usually has the same experience in a choice-based game, which kind of feels weird, so it keeps it out of S tier but A tier, because the characters are amazing and story's great, so A tier for sure. The Walking Dead Season 2, though, I gotta drop all the way down to C tier because the characters there sucked. Clementine was the only thing holding that season together. All the adults sucked. They only relied on Clementine to do everything. It was a bad season, to be honest. Clementine could only raise the score for a game so much, man. C for Clementine. South Park: The Stick of Truth is an easy A tier. It felt like watching a funny episode of South Park just the whole time. I loved this game so much. It would be an S tier game if there wasn't some crazy scenes in the game, keeping it from that, but A tier fits. Still Wakes the Deep is a high B tier. I had a lot of fun playing this game, but it's just a one and done game. Easy B tier. I used to play Neopets back in the day, RIP my Neopet that I haven't fed in years, but unfortunately it's probably just a D tier game. It was fun back in the day, but yeah, D tier easy. Because no way it's F tier. I'd rather play Neopets than Back for Blood. Chained Together was fun, but I don't think I'm ever going to play that again. My friends and I didn't really get too far when we played, and it didn't really do all that good on the channel. You also really can't play this solo, and it's pretty dead now, so it's an easy F tier for me. CSGO, I'm going to put in a D tier. I've just never really been a big fan of it. It's cool watching the pros play, but it's just not my cup of tea. I don't know if it's because I suck or if it's because you gotta get to level 3 before you can even play any of the fun stuff, which it takes forever to get to level 3. But I don't know. Easy D tier for me. Not a big fan. I also think honestly that Sea of Thieves could join CS:GO in D tier, because traveling in that game is just legit pretty boring. It's fun to chill with friends and do all that, but it's really boring for me personally. I do like, however, running into other ships and talking to randoms and just being like really like diplomatic with everybody. That's a lot of fun. But for me, the game itself really isn't. If I wanted to be a pirate, I'd go play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's a great pirate game. I was addicted to Brotato for the longest time, which, funny enough, I actually got burnt out on it right before I started streaming regularly. So I don't really stream this at all. I streamed it probably a couple times, but besides the point, easy B tier game for me. It's a fun game that you can get addicted to. All these different potatoes are fun to use. So I recommend it if you haven't played it. Really, really fun. It's a hard game too, though. Very challenging. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is an S tier. I love the campaign, I love the multiplayer, the infected, and the special ops mode. It's all just amazing. Plus, this is the only campaign I have beat on veteran and found all the hidden intel, so great, great Call of Duty. I would never put it anywhere other than S tier. I could never really get into Terraria. I was always more of a Minecraft player, so yeah. But I can see how it could be really addicting. Also, I have seen a lot of crazy worlds on Terraria. People have made some crazy things. So I could see how Terraria is a lot of fun, but for me, it really didn't strike a chord or anything. It's a D tier for me. Maybe in the future I'll give it another shot, but D tier is great right now. Hopefully I don't make anybody mad with that one. Slime Rancher for me is a C tier. It's addicting and collecting the slimes is pretty fun, but I don't really care about much else. Like the world to me is not like cool to explore or anything, and I like to just grind up them slimes, which could get pretty old after a little while. Lethal Company is a high B tier for me since it was a lot of fun to play with friends. I think a little bit more could have been added to the game to make it an A tier for me, but high B tier I think's really good. It's a fun game that I can't wait to play with friends again. And for real, big shouts out to Keywoke for buying me that game. Big shouts out. The Sims for me is a D tier. I like watching people play it. Like Call Me Kevin is a really funny YouTuber who plays it. But every time I try to pick it up myself and play it, I can never just get into it. I couldn't really build a good house, have a good family, or a good sim or anything. I just kept getting bored. It's more fun to watch than play, so easy D tier. Diablo 3 is a D tier game as well. I kept trying to play this game over and over and over because I wanted a game kind of like World at Warcraft where you could just like grind and just get powerful and have all that type of stuff, but Diablo 3 is not it. I kept getting bored every time I would pick it up. I tried like 3 different times, and I don't think I'll be going back in for a fourth. Multiverse is a C tier. I like Brawlhalla and Super Smash Bros. Better. The movement in Multiverse is a little odd, but I mean, it's fun for what it is. It's kind of funny how popular it was at the beginning, and then it died, and it came back, and now I think it's kind of dead again. Easy C tier game for me, though. Plague Inc. is a D tier. Fun to grind, but annoying to master. Saints Row 3 was cool, but it's not as good as the GTA series, and it's really not as funny. I also don't remember any of the missions or any of the characters, so that's C tier category easy. Having the multiplayer campaign is cool, and having the customizable character is cool, but that's pretty much all. Saints Row 3 is actually a pretty forgettable experience. Grounded is a good game, but I played it when it was still pretty early on with not much to do. So it got kind of boring quick, but I liked the concept and playing with friends was cool. The building I remember was a bit janky, and I remember dying a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in C tier though. I think nowadays with friends it'd probably be pretty fun. I'm putting Madden as a whole in F tier because although I play it, they are basically just the same game every year, and EA is actively ruining this game. Ever since they got the patent to be the only company to make Madden games, they have done nothing but ruin it. They have taken stuff out of the new games that used to be in the old games, and then they'll reintroduce it, acting like it's new and never before seen. The freaking AI logic is horrible. The ratings don't even really mean anything because a lot of them don't even play how they should. A 60 overall corner could lock down a 98 overall receiver like nothing. It's a bad game, but it's the only football game we got, so I'll probably still play it, but it's so bad. I was never a huge fan of Plants vs. Zombies either, but I watched a lot of people 100% the game, which was cool. But every time I try to pick it up and play it, I can never get into it. Easy D tier. Battlefield as a whole for me is D tier. I'm more of a Call of Duty guy. I do like how you could destroy pretty much every building and you could get into vehicles and fights. But yeah, I'm more of a Call of Duty guy. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was a lot of fun though. That's probably my favorite. Punch Club is the first game that I ever streamed on this channel, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great, just little indie game that I really need to finish. You just grind up your skills and win fights. It's fun. It's easy B tier. Destroy All Humans is a classic PlayStation 2 game that was amazing back in the day. I used to play it a lot. It's easy B tier. As of right now, Project Playtime for me is a D tier just because the developers ruined the game. Like, they took out a lot of stuff and made a lot of questionable decisions, just literally straight up messing up this game. Very sad. It is fun to play with friends on this game, though, but other than that, not much else is going for it. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is an easy S tier. This Call of Duty and Black Ops 1 are probably the two that I've played the most. Both those games are easy S tier. I only got one on here, Black Ops 2, because that's probably the better one, honestly. The campaign is so good. Having different choices, amazing. Zombies is so good. Buried, Mob of the Dead, Nuketown, great maps. I don't even think I have to justify Call of Duty Black Ops 2 being an S tier. That's easy. Fallout 3 for me is a B tier. I like this game a lot and really need to finish it. And it's actually probably my favorite Fallout of the series. I got a lot of hours on it, but I don't think I could put it any higher than a B tier, honestly. It does also have Liam Neeson as your dad, which it doesn't really get much better than that, so I think that raises it to higher B tier at least. Far Cry 4 is a C tier game. Last time I streamed it, I was having so much problems in game, I was just getting so frustrated. Also, I prefer Far Cry 3 over 4. Voss in Far Cry 3 is a bunch better antagonist than Pagan Mean in 4. So, let's go ahead and put Far Cry 4 in C tier. Easy. Impossible Creatures was the first game that I actually ever started playing. It really truly got me hooked into gaming before Left 4 Dead. This is an easy S tier game. Being able to combine animals and fight is amazing. I can't wait to stream this game and show the world how amazing this game is. Easy S tier all day, every day. Dead Rising 2 is an easy A tier. I have played the campaign for this so many times. Chuck is a G, the boss fights are a lot of fun, and playing this with two people, also a lot of fun. Easy A tier for me. And if you lump all the Dead Risings together, I think all of them together make A tier as well. Pac-Man for me is a D tier. I love Pac-Man, but it really gets old. There is a game on the Switch though where 100 people play at the same time and you try to eliminate other people by grabbing like certain stuff on the map. That's a lot of fun, but I think it's only on the Switch, so D tier for me. Crash Bandicoot was a legendary game back in the day. But when I was playing the remake, I wasn't getting that same feeling. Easy C tier game right now. LA Noire is a B tier. It's a cool time to play in and it's a cool concept. Like being able to play as a detective and actually having to read the characters' faces to see if they're lying is really cool. And I like solving crimes. Easy B tier. One of these days I'll stream it. Rainbow Six Siege is B tier because I really like the terrorist hunt missions. And I really liked watching Achievement Hunter play this game. But playing the multiplayer with randos isn't really the way to go. You either get killed by your teammates or you just get some bad ones and it's just not fun. It's a easy B tier though. Totally Accurate Battery Simulator is a D tier. I love watching videos of people play this game, but when I go on it and try to put my armies together and fight, I just get really bored. Easy D tier. State of Decay 2 is a high A tier. They just did so good with this game. I love it so much. It's one of the best survival experiences out there, and it could be just insanely hard. There's also multiplayer, which is awesome, and they just did such a great job at building off of that first State of Decay. Easy A tier, almost an S tier, but I'm gonna put it at the top of the A tier for sure. Probably right in, we'll keep it right in front of Red Dead probably. Maybe, we'll see, I'll change it up all at the end, like I said. Spyro right now for me is a low B tier, I think. Back in the day it was probably another S tier game, but I think right now when I played it again, it just kind of felt like a B tier for me. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is pretty fun, and I like the campaign a lot actually. The only thing I didn't really like was the zombies, and I barely touched the multiplayer. Just because the campaign's so good, it goes in C. It would probably be higher, but everything else drags it down to a C. So yeah, C tier category, Advanced Warfare. That is perfect. Don't Starve is a fun game that I need to learn more about, because it's kind of rough to play as a beginner. I still had a lot of fun when I streamed it though, that I really need to go back in and try it again. Easy B tier game for right now, though. Last but not least, since we got Roblox on here twice, we got Project Zomboid, which Project Zomboid is an easy A tier game. It's one of the greatest zombie games out there. Plus, the mods that you could throw into this game just makes it 10 times better. It's really challenging and it makes you play smart or you're dead. It has multiplayer as well, and just building up your skills and surviving this apocalypse in this world is just so much fun. Easy A tier game all day long. The only thing keeping Project Zomboid out of S tier is that they were supposed to add NPCs to the game so long ago. Who knows when they're going to add that? The only way that you could get NPCs to the game is through mods, and those don't really work as well, so if it had NPCs, S tier. Okay, so I think I went through and pretty much rearranged them how I think they would go. From best, which I think it's good, to worst. Madden sucks. Best is San Andreas. But yeah, so here's the final list of everything. There's S tier, A tier, B tier, there's C tier, there's D tier, and there's F tier. Hopefully I didn't make people too mad with this, but I had a great time ranking all these games. A lot of these games are great, a lot of them are okay. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great ass day. Hope you have a great ass night. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you disagree with. Just let me know in the comments below if y'all want. But alright guys, peace out. Go Broncos. Bye.